this video, I'm going to show you a time saver, a quick way to manage articles, categories, and other elements of your Joomla site from menu items. Hey there, Joomla fans. Tim Davis here. I'm a Joomla fan too, and thanks for tuning in to Maintenance Monday number 121, I think it is. I forgot to look at the number, and I just got up a little while ago. Anyways, thanks for your support of this channel. If you're watching and you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Ring the bell for notifications. It seems like ever since I've live streamed, last week was Christmas? No, last week I was celebrating early Christmas. Anyways, we're going to catch up in the chat, but let's check out the topic today first, and then we will catch up then. Also, sound might be out of sync. We'll work on that afterwards. All right. So here we are at the basicjoomla.com site. Head on over to /giveaway. Sign up for the newsletter. Be automatically entered into the monthly giveaway. That's all you need to do. Sign up. It does not get sent out very often. Okay, let me show you what I'm talking about here. We'll go in the back end of the site here. You know, sometimes, this is what I found. The other day I wanted to change something on this page. I wanted to add the new sponsor, the new donor theme export. And I thought, which is this, a page or what is it? Or is it a category? I couldn't tell. And instead of going and looking around in the back end of the site and checking categories and different things, what I did was I went right to the menu item for giveaways. So that's menus, main menu. And I went right into here, giveaways. It's already locked out to me there. Giveaways, and I saw, oh, it's a category blog, and I thought, okay, now I have to go, and I go back, is it the category, is it an article? And I thought, wait a second, I can just edit that right from the link. When you click on the menu item, you will see here it's a category blog. Choose a category, and there's edit. It'll take you right to the thing that you're looking to edit or look into, and that is pretty handy. It doesn't even change screens in this case. Sometimes it does for some elements. I'll show you. But here it just opens up this category, and if I wanted to put in a description and take care of some meta things, which I probably should do, I could do that. But it's a just handy dandy time saver instead of navigating or trying to remember, especially helpful on sites that have a very large menu tree. Let's check out another example here, because it not only works with categories, but also works with articles. Here's one I just set up here. And so it's to a single article. I can just go click and edit, and I'm right in that article to make some changes that I need to make if I want to. See, this one's set up a lot better. Show you one other example, and because it's not just articles and categories, but here's a form that I have, a contact form. I don't have it published. I forget why I don't have it published, but if I want to look at this form, it's RS Form Pro form. I click on contact, and then I've got this button, edit form. Now this doesn't open in a pop-up. It will actually open up a new tab, and then I can go in and I can be working on that exact form. So pretty skookum for a quick way to find some of the content that you might want to work on without having to, if you haven't worked on your site for a while, trying to remember what on earth you were doing before and where it was located. And basically, that's the maintenance tip for today, that time saver. Use the menu items if you can to find what it is that you're editing, or at least to remind you of something. This is also a great tool, a great tip for navigating sites that maybe you've just taken over, or that someone has hired you to help you manage, and you're not quite sure where things are, how things are set up, and you need to go and make some changes. Use those menu items as quick shortcuts to getting that content. So that's the tip for today. We're going to continue on chatting, but for those of you that are here just for that, again, thank you for your support of the channel. I hope that you will subscribe, ring the bell for notifications of new tutorials and live streams as they happen, and thank you. So for those of you that are leaving now, enjoy your Joomla sites, and God bless. And hello everybody. It seems like forever I've missed live streaming with you. Let me get the chat up here, and we will see what's happening with the timing of audio and everything. Let's see here. I need to find the chat window. There we go. Hello, Imran and Bread C and Chuck. Everybody, Tommy. Hey, Tommy. Audio's in sync for you. Okay, it might have just been a problem I had when I did the live stream for the last new version of Joomla that came out. So, anyways, just let me know. I can adjust it on the fly here. Tommy. Yes, your name got changed on your account there. That's cool. Because this is Tom. Hello, Tommy. Yeah, everybody. All right. Yeah, see that? You finally got around to changing your name. So that's what's up, everybody. Like I said, be missing you guys and hanging out and live stream. I did have a great time last Monday. At this time, we were finishing opening up presents or doing something here Christmassy with a couple of my kids that were here. It is out of sync for you. Like half a second. Okay. Well, why don't I just try changing things here, and we'll just play around with that for just a second. Go ahead and post what's news, what you've been doing. Let's see, if I go to Mixer here, I'm going to change this back to a number that it used to be. And let's see if that changes the audio. Is it worse? Or is it better for everyone? While we're doing that, I'm going to head over to, something that I did not do before setting up is get things. It's the same there. Okay. Yeah, Breadsy's asking about the earthquakes last Monday. I'll tell you about that, but I'm going to pop. The screen's going to go black for a second while I change the link for the YouTube chat here, okay? So, BRB. Did you miss me? I'm back. All right, so let's see. Tell me how it looks. Oh, now it looks super out of sync on mine. Might be worse. In which case, I can change it. And Tommy says the sound is the same for him. All right. Chuck says it's in sync. All right. Well, we'll go with that. The earthquakes. All right. So I live on Vancouver Island here on the left coast of Canada. And just around this time last week, a couple of days before Christmas, we had something like 4 or 5 very large earthquakes. And I will show you where they were and why I did not feel them. And also why we didn't worry too much about them out here. Because, let's see, there we go. Let's see, earthquakes, Vancouver Island. Let's see if this will probably bring them up. There we go. Yeah, this is one. That's from December the 24th. So let's check this out. More earthquakes.gov. Let's see here. All right, so this is where the earthquake was. Looks like, well, for UTC time, it was Christmas Day, but we had a whole bunch up here. Now this is, there we go. This is where the earthquake was, and this is the island that I live on, and this is where I live, down here at the southern tip of Vancouver Island. And so these earthquakes have been happening up here, and so there was 4 or 5. There's one that was like 6 in the Richter scale, and there's a whole bunch that were 5. So if I zoom out a little bit here, you will see that for the scale here, this is 50 miles down in the bottom left-hand corner here. So if I hold, let's see, I'm going to put my thumbs about 50 miles. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's about 400 miles away from me. So we didn't feel them. And this earthquake activity that was here is along a plate that slips side by side. So if you guys remember, I'm sure you do remember the earthquake that happened in Japan and also in Indonesia on Boxing Day. Those are faults that go like this. So The faults are over each other, and they pushing, and so the one Vancouver Island and the Pacific Plate or something like that, they push back and forth and actually rebound back. Sometimes there's tension, sometimes it's releasing. The island goes back and forth, but every now and then one of those, once every 600 years, the plate slips and goes like that, and it makes a tsunami. And so we're expecting probably 45-foot waves here in our coast when that happens. But this fault is one where the plates are going rubbing side by side, so level like this, and they just slipping along. So there's no lift, so there's no worry about tsunamis. But quick fun fact, just while we're there, I will show you here, zooming in. This is where you won't. Okay, well, we'll go here. This is where my house is, right here. And we actually have a major earthquake fault that goes through. They're all over the place out here. But anyways, it goes through just about a mile north of me that they discovered. It goes through this, there's a valley here. But so we got earthquakes we have faults all over. We feel an earthquake here probably about every 18 months. And we haven't felt one for a while, so we are due. Yeah, so the earthquakes were fine. Here. We did feel one years ago. Every now and then there's one where you feel a little bit of roll. There was a big one in Seattle years ago, and we felt it here. So, and Chuck, you had one a few years ago, 3.4. Yeah, you can get them everywhere. I actually, and for those of you that have watched other live streams, remember I revealed the secret tech that was here at my house that hardly anybody else in the world would have, and that is there's the federal government has an earthquake sensor bolted to the floor of my house here. Part of a study. So, oh, Chuck, yours is caused from fracking. Yeah, fracking's causing a lot of problems around too. And then there's some places that are so cold to get it from the ground contracting. All right, well, that's the earthquake update. As you can tell, I've got my cheese here. All right, let's head on over to let's go to live streams, go to Joomla extensions and check this out. If you guys are working on any projects that you want to share or anything, just put it in chat and we'll cover that. All right, we're going to see a lot of year-end sales here. Eoris, all of their Joomla extensions and streaming services. I wonder what their streaming services are. I don't remember seeing that before. Oh, here we go, streaming. AQ Audio. Oh, Web Radio, Icecast, and Shoutcast streaming services. Okay, well, I didn't realize that was something that I thought they were just doing Joomla extensions. Joomla and WordPress open source software. Let's just remind ourselves. Oh, Cookie Bar for Joomla, Google Analytics. So they do have a bunch of that stuff. But, all right. Another sale here from, who's this? No Boss extensions. We've looked at those. And they also have some templates there. 20% off on all Joomla extensions at Nornext. 35% off of all Joomla Template Club memberships at Joomdev. Theme Forest. Yeah. More coupons. Lots of coupons. There's Syed Sheikh Mahmood's AA Contact Theft Protection. We've looked at that. And Collator's another template. 30% off a free Christmas logo design. Easy Jobs Managers. I think that's where we last looked at things, right? 7 and 15 is 22. I think we've looked at that. And we have caught up. All right, so Vinny, did that fix the sink problem for you? The live stream or the kitchen sink problem? Okay. Good, okay. I use a 200 millisecond delay or for the video or the audio. I don't know whether it's 200 millisecond behind or ahead. And I used that forever, and then a long time ago it was out of sync, and we adjusted it down to like minus 160 or plus 160. So I just put it back to 200 to give that a try. Alrighty. What else can we be looking at? Oh, hey, here's some news I can tell you about. I'll finish chewing this cheese up here. On Wednesday, January the 1st, Watch My Work live stream. I'm going to go over my goals for success for 2019 and see how I did. I did okay on some things. Other things still need work. But it's good to look back. And then I've been working on goals for 2020. And I've got some business goals for that. And so I'm going to be talking about that. So here's what I was thinking. If you want to set some goals or you want to be ready to share what your goals are for your business, I'm not talking New Year's resolutions kind of stuff, which New Year's resolutions are great. But the pressure of New Year's resolutions is, you got to keep going. Every day, keep it going. And then you have this pressure to keep the streak going. In fact, what I think you should do is not keep any of your New Year's resolutions on the very first day of the year, and then you don't have that pressure. At least it works it's pressure for me of having to keep doing something every single day because you have to keep the streak going. Because I just find that drains energy from me. So there's resolutions, and that's good. But I think a look at our business and a look at ourselves and some things that we want to focus on and a theme to work on, then that would be, I think that's helpful. So that's what and I've never been one to do 5-year plans or goal planning or anything like that. But actually doing so last year, because it was a topic for a live stream, worked out really well for me. And also checking in with you all a couple times during the year as well. So Wednesday I'll do that. New Year's Day at 11 o'clock here in the left coast of Canada. Some of you, I realize, will not be able to watch because you will be tired in the morning or tired at night and gone to bed or whatever. But I think I've got some cool things that I've got planned. And some things I've been thinking of. I also had an interesting thought. I was talking to my wife about this the other night. Wouldn't it be interesting if we approached the beginning of a new month with the same excitement and fervor that we approached the beginning of a new year or a new decade in this case? Imagine 12 times a year to have that time of excitement and focus is something that you're going to do. So I don't know how sustainable that is, but I thought that would be interesting. So, and then Mary's making a new site with mostly modules. She's trying this. Seems to be free and works with other templates. All right, we'll check that out. Also, just while we're talking news-wise, then January the 8th will be Maintenance Monday. Mark DeShevers coming back on, and we're going to do another. He's going to do another demonstration of custom fields. Tassos Marinos, if I'm pronouncing that right, has a new custom field that he is putting out, which works with OpenMap or OpenStreetMap, whatever that the alternative to Google is. And so Mark is going to come on and show us how to set up that custom field so that you can display on a map the location of the people who have accounts on your Joomla site. So he contacted me thinking it was time to do another session. So that's going to be part 3 of Custom Fields with Mark DeShevers. And yes, I will remember that he's in Belgium. Yes, I will remember that, Vinny. And I appreciate that you were there to remind me of that. So that will be on January the 8th. All right, so now let's check out Mary's page here. Oh, you're using Joomla CK? A new site with mostly modules, and you're trying that. You're trying Joomla. Oh, manage your modules with drag and drop. Fast Edition. Edit your modules directly in front end. Add or edit your modules directly in the existing module position of your template. You can create, move, edit, and move. And this works with CK Template Manager. Is that correct? Or is it Template Manager or CK Page Builder? Right. CK Page Builder. Cool. I think that working on Joomla sites from the front end is going to come along more and more. And you say there's a video. Okay, let's see. Fast Edition times easy to use. Oh, here we are down at the bottom. Let's fire this up. If there's music, I'll have to mute it pretty quick. There doesn't seem to be music. So we will watch here. Oh, log in to enable modules manager. Okay, so you log in to enable it. And enable up in the top left. Okay. And then your template positions just show up there. Cool. Go through your options. Save and close. Menu. Select the menu. Hide the title. Save and close. And it's just there. Reload the page for real preview. Okay. And there's your menu and the search bar that he added. Add the new module to the header. Custom. Blah, blah, blah. Yes. Put in whatever. Welcome in the paradise. Center it. Headings. All right, cool. Reload the page. And exit, and there's your page. Mistypo. And then edit. Very cool. All right, let's check along here. He's going to show this other ways. Now, what do we got here? Drag and drop any module. All right, let's check out this drag and drop. Go to there. Oh, he's going to move them around. Oh, cool. That's pretty handy. And compatible with template creator CK. Interesting. Nice. Lots of features. Excellent. Oh, and there he's showing how to add blocks. Just skipping along here. Log in to activate modules, select the module. That's pretty cool. Excellent. All right. So then, the news that I have for the next. So I talked about January the 15th. I talked about January the 8th. January the 15th, there's not going to be a live stream because I will be traveling to. I might already be there. Anyways, I'm going to Spain, if you can believe it or not. There is a Joomla event taking place in Spain, and I was asked if I wanted to go to it. It's looking at Joomla, where it's at, where it's going, Joomla 4, what's after Joomla 4, and basically taking a look at Joomla because Joomla is now 15 years old. And so there's a bunch of people getting together who are going to be taking part in 3 or 4 days of discussions and meetings and hanging out. And so I was asked, actually just a couple of days ago, if I wanted to go to that. And I cannot go to J and Beyond, which I think is in Portugal in June, in end of May, because Susan and I have a conference that we're going to. So I thought, I don't know if I should go to that. And my wife said, yes, go to it. So I actually bought my ticket last night. I will be getting up very early on, I think it's the 15th. Actually, it might be the 14th that I'm leaving. Yes, because it starts the 16th. So I get up very early here, fly to Seattle, I fly to Vancouver, fly to Newark, New Jersey, fly to Dublin, Ireland, and then to Malaga, which is on the Mediterranean coast of Spain, and then similar to thing on the way back. So there won't be any live stream on that Wednesday. And this will actually be my first time out off the continent of North America. We've been to Mexico, did a little bit in Mexico for for a week or something. But those shoe boxes that people put together with gifts for children, and then they're taken to poor kids around the world. Susan and I went on a distribution trip handing those out one week in Mexico. So we were in desert and jungle. It was pretty cool. But anyways, I've never been any farther east than Montreal, unless Florida is farther east than Montreal. But so I'm going to break that big time and be heading to Spain in 2 weeks. So that will be interesting. Maybe I'll get a chance to live stream from there or say hello or something. But there won't be a live stream, and that means too the Monday after that. What is the Tommy, they're going to Tom. They're going to be recorded, and they're talking about putting them on the Joomla YouTube channel. But yes, and I will probably who knows what I will do. My mind is kind of swimming about just the fact that I'm going. In fact, I woke up this morning. I made myself buy the ticket last night because I knew eventually they were going to get more and more expensive. So I woke up this morning and I was just like, oh, I can't believe I bought a ticket and now I'm doing that. Anyways, my wife is very gracious because she would love to come along. I would love to bring her along too, but an extended vacation in Spain is not in the works right now. Yes, Vinny, I can come to Vermont. I will come to Vermont someday, hopefully. Yes, Ivor, thank you. Welcome. You be welcoming. Yeah. So, Tom, the discussions will be. Yes, they're going to. I think they're going to be recorded, and there'll be summary. But yes, I will definitely be reporting in. Like I said, once I get there, we'll see what happens. So, it will be good. I think it takes me like. The flight there, all the flights there to have really excellent connections are like 19 hours. And then coming back there, I think it's like 21 hours or something like that. Or something thereabouts. The super cheap flights, super cheap, would take me something like 39 hours to get there. So I did not want to do that. Neither did I go for super expensive flights either. So, yeah. So that will be an interesting experience for me. It will also be interesting to see a lot of the people that meet face to face. Some of the people that we've interviewed on Joomcast, that Chayton and I have interviewed on Joomcast, and also people that we just know. So download a whole bunch of I Love Old Time Radio to listen to on my flight. Yes, that's a good idea. I will do that. Tom says, knowing the long-term direction, interest in Joomla will be handy to know. Yes. It'll be interesting. I think probably we'll definitely get a vibe on where Joomla 4 is at and get some ideas on that. Hey, speaking of Joomcast and Chayton has been in the U.S. for this month. So I was just talking to him the other day. He was just turning a rental car in Sacramento, and then he's heading back to the East Coast. He will be home on Sunday, and then we will resume Joomcast interviews. We hope to get a couple in the can before he left, but as you know, when you're getting ready for a trip, not everything happens that you want to. Now we have to wait to see if we can get a couple in the can before I go on a trip. So yeah, that will be an interesting experience. All right. What else can we check out here? Here's something that I will do right now. I still have snow falling on the Joomla site, on the basic Joomla site. It's just been falling gently since we put it on. I think, when did we do that? Last week? No, it wasn't last week. It's probably 2 weeks ago. And how long shall I leave that on there? I was tweeting with Nikki Veitch. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Veitch. She's in Australia, and she was showing how on the Pokemon app they have a winter theme, and you know how hot and fiery it is down in Australia. So that's probably the weird thing for Veitch. Okay. That's probably a weird thing for many people in the Southern Hemisphere, because the whole around Christmas and the winter holidays in the Northern Hemisphere sort of takes over things. I was thinking that all that Pokemon Go needs is some kind of conditional thing, so that if someone is viewing the app from down south in Southern Hemisphere, they get more of a summary picture, which of course they could do with regular labs. Not conditional content. Yeah, I guess it would be conditional content. Or Advanced Module Manager, by just picking the season that it is where the people are. I wonder if that adjusts automatically for the Southern Hemisphere, Peter Van Westen's Advanced Module Manager. Because I know you can select. Here, let's take a look at that. Go back here. Let's close this. Extensions and modules. And let's say here, entered. Let's just go into this here. When we scroll down to assignments, we can scroll down here. You can go with continents, categories, time, month, seasons. Oh, there you go. You select what hemisphere you're in. Northern, Southern, or Australia. And then you can pick winter, summer, spring, and fall. Leave it to Peter that he solved that and figured that out. which is great. So even though Pokemon Go cannot do that, you can do that for your visitors on your webpage by having different versions of your modules available for different locations, northern, southern, and Australia. Australia gets its own because it's its own place. It's a country, it's a continent, and it's just off there on its own in so many ways. Cool. All right. What else? Ivor, what's new, man? Is Ivor in here? Yeah, Ivor's in here because he said, "Welcome to the." Welcome to you. No, that wasn't Ivor. Yeah, Ivor's there. I see Ivor. Ivor, what new thing do you have to share with us today? You've been pretty good showing us little features or apps or sites. Or anybody else, anything that's new. I also have been working on, this will be a Watch Me Work live stream. You know, when you're editing an article and I'm working on you're going to Vietnam next week for the whole of January. Wow. I'm working on how to get template override, and I just figured it out last night on how to move the content tab so it's to the right of the tabs that come up when you set up custom fields. One of the things that I think, if we're building a site for a client and they're going to use custom fields, and they're using custom fields, we probably want them to fill in the custom fields section first before they start to worry about content. And so I thought, well, how do I move these, change the order of these tabs here? These extra tabs here are with Asteroid Framework. So I figured that out. So we'll probably do that for a Watch Me Work live stream when I get back. Unrelated to Joomla, Vinny says, new show on Thursdays on I Love Old Time Radio and now Tuesdays, plus a new feature added to the Monday through Friday show. Yeah, I heard that at the end of listening to Groucho the other day. Let's check that out. Because if I understand right, you had some very short, there's some very short radio shows, and instead of wanting to jam them all together in one show, you wanted to play them like they were originally heard, and so you're going to be having that at the Monday through Friday show. Huh. And when are you starting that, Vinny? Just add it to the shadow show. So we click on here. So you've added the extra show to the shadow show? Is that what that is? If I were to play the shadow show here, let's play a little bit here. Oh, after the shadow show to play the Chicken Man. Okay, cool. Cool. Have you ever noticed, Vinny, how the volume drops big time on your ad for Anchor FM? I've noticed that a couple times. No, you never listen to it. Yeah, so it actually, the volume is actually quite a bit lower than the rest of your intro when you use that one. But that's probably, is that a commercial that you added, an anchor just slips that in there, or did you actually put that? Yeah, just give a listen to one and you'll see. Chuck, are they all custom fields? Yes, Vinny has gone crazy with custom fields on this site. So, for instance, the information, lots of stuff. And if I log in with my profile here, you'll see a lot of other things here too. Here's that. Let's go to episodes. And then go to here. Host and announcer. I know maybe it's not here. I know there's a. I know you had a lot more if people were logged in of related topics and that. Let's check out my friend Irma here. Cast information, maybe that was something. Or was it tags? Or are they not there anymore? I know because you'd had some tags that had that you had changed the formatting of. Okay. Oh, click on an actor. All right. Yep. All right. Click on an actor. Here we go. That's Kathy Lewis. Click on an actor. Oh, on the episode list that she's in. Click on a different actress or actor. Oh, that's who that guy is. Huh. Oh yeah, I Love Lucy. That's what I recognize him from something. It almost looks like he played a seagull in something too. You remove the tags. You're doing things with articles and the article fields link from regular labs. Okay, showing related articles. Nice. Okie dokie. Well, what else is there? The episode list is generated from that. Ivor. So Ivor, are you just going? This is when you go to Vietnam for the month. You're going for vacation, right? Get away from winter. From there you go. Ivor's found something for us. A list of hidden Google Chrome URLs and the purpose of these settings. Nice. You can, let's see, Chrome is one of the most versatile browsers out there in the ever-growing market of web browsers. Yeah, I'll tell you, you want to see something weird that's happening in my Chrome, I'll show you in a second. Hidden features, hidden Chrome URLs, most common, most useful, hidden Chrome URLs. Access the list of hidden Chrome URLs by typing Chrome and about in Chrome, or Chrome URLs in the address bar and hitting enter. Let's try that. And there they are. Let's see. And you could just check through these. About. List of Chrome URLs. Accessibility. App cache internals. Ah, interesting. Here's what's happened. And this is so Pixabay. If I go to Free Media and Pixabay, watch this. I've got whatever language ZH is. And I can scroll to the bottom and I can select English. And it'll go there. And now let me do a search. I'll search for cars. And now it's whatever language PT is. And I can scroll. Let's see, this Ford Mustang. The language is still PT. I go down here and I go to English. Now it's back to that. Now I'll click back. Let's go do another search. First of all, I'll switch to English. And this is only happening in Chrome. Let's see, back to English. So now we'll search for cats. And now I get TR. It just keeps picking random languages for me. I don't know what TR is. It looks not too bad for reading. But also, here's another. If I go to this, it's PayPal for sending bank transfers. I go to Zoom. Okay, this time it showed up in English. But sometimes here, I end up with funny languages. They're not funny languages. Do I have an extension installed? No, I don't think it's. It only does it on certain pages. I don't have a Pixabay extension installed. And if I go to Firefox, it does not show. I don't have the problem in Firefox. So I got to go to Chrome apps. That's extensions. Here's what's showing on them. I've got Amazon Assistant for Chrome, AMP, DNA, Drive, Auto Scroll, Facebook Pixel Helper, Buffer, Boomerang. I don't really use Boomerang, and that's off anyways. I think I went and I turned everything off too, trying to fix this. But no. I did not. Anyways, it is a super weird thing that just started showing up. Let's go back to this Windows Club link here. Bookmarks, cache, crashes, devices. Same thing happened for you. I just wonder if maybe a couple of sites have done something new that's not compatible with Chrome, or Chrome isn't catching up to something. Chrome history, Control H. That's one that I know. Chrome predictors displays autocomplete action predictors and resource prefetch predictors based on your recent search and browsing history. Chrome print. This URL up to the print where you save a page as a PDF. Chrome.print. Let's try this. Chrome:/print. Print. I could probably type properly too. Chrome. Print. Ah, there you go. Let's try this here. Chrome. Print. It's just not loading a preview. Chrome plugin, Chrome print. And Control P does the same thing. Maybe it's just taking a while to do the preview there. Go to settings. I will go in and check this out here. Let's see. I'm going to go to, yeah, so let's go back to Pixabay. Because I was in the language settings. There we go. So we got ZH, whatever this. Go to settings and advanced language in the draw, advanced language. And here's, so all I've got is English Canada, English United States, and English. And spell check and my location. So I have been in there, and that did not work. I could move this up to the top. I do not use a VPN, but I'm getting a VPN later on today to in anticipation of my trip. So yeah, so the VPN, if you think that's related to the language, is not, and it's only just a few pages. It's almost like I have a cookie that was stuck somewhere, but I also tried deleting all cookies and I cleared my entire history, which I was really sorry for because I had to start typing in everything all over again to try to find sites and that. But yeah, it's just it's a weird thing too because I've actually have. Hello, Imran. Ivor, you've got it on certain pages too. Okay, I've looked and done the search in forums, and nothing was jumping out. Like, oh yeah, this is the thing, here's the fix. People talk about having the problem, but there's been no, like, oh no, that's such and such, and it'll be fixed in such and such a version or whatever. It's so now, fortunately, with Pixabay, all I ever do is search for pictures. So look, I search for a hut, and I click this, and I know that I'm going to download it. On there, it actually it says free download. Oh, that's the other thing. Some of these pages, I just have been, been telling Google to automatically translate them. Comes and says, "Do you want to translate this page?" And I just say, "Always translate this language into English." So that's why this is showing up probably here in English now, even though it's showing ZH. So if I go to TR, I think that was another one that was, yeah, it's just so it's automatically translating. Turkish. TR is Turkish. Yeah, so that's just one of those weird things. Just a peculiar thing. Tunnelbear.com. Let's check this out. Oh, try it for free. Unlimited. Where their locations are. Eric, hello. Welcome onto the stream here. 500 megabytes free every month. Yeah, and I actually think I'm probably going to go with NordVPN because there's a couple of YouTubers that I watched. One that I really respect that has a deal through him. And even though they recently had a little problem, and I don't understand what the compromise was, I think I would probably go with that. They've got a pretty good price for 3 years, and like that. Ivor has Nord. You have NordVPN, yeah. So I think that's probably the one that I'm going to go with. Eric built his first asteroid site last week. That's cool, Eric. You want to share the link? Is it live online, or do you have it on a dev thing? There's a lot more new things added to the JD Page Builder that Asteroids put out as well. I've not really been doing much with the videos because they've been actually doing a lot of videos on those things, which is pretty cool. And Tommy says he's heard good. Tom says he's heard good things about them too, and I think you're referring to NordVPN there, right? Yeah. Now I have a message here that says YouTube's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. So I don't know if things are being a little bit herky-jerky there for everybody. By the way, if you want, if you don't mind, give the video a like. Just click the like. That will help things out. Oh, I want to tell you about one of my goals for the new year. That'll have to wait till Wednesday. I don't want to make goals just in order to force myself to do things, but this one is a goal that I just really need to get happening and do more of. So I would pay money if someone could just explain some of the things that go on in my head, why some things are so difficult. But I think that's called therapy. So also consider that. I do have a health plan with the local chamber of commerce. I probably could go and talk to a counselor just to explore things. So maybe I should do that. But anyways, we will see. The great thing is, there's 2 lakes. Thanks everybody. The great thing is that now that I've been doing this full time for 2 years, having bills is a great motivator, and yet it's not freeing. I've read an interesting article. Oh, when did I read it? Some time ago. But basically, they said if you, everybody dreams of doing their hobby as a business, and but the thing is, it's a common thing that when you start, whatever it is you have to do for money no longer becomes a hobby. So if you're having fun doing something and then you're making money at it, it eventually can become a grind. So, and I'm not saying that's where computer stuff is for me, but it's always something that I'm watching out for. Because this is I do like doing this stuff, but it'd be a lot more fun to just do it all the time if I didn't have to make money. So, anyways, I digress. Where is the chat window here? So, Tom is converting a WordPress site back to Joomla, but the client is keen to keep a similar look. So you're keen to change things is currently not ranking well. Might be an uphill struggle, but hope that they'll be flexible. Hi, Imran. You asked, what's the issue? You missed it. Well, the tip at the beginning was how to use... I see that video is kind of going slow here. I wonder what's... is the video smooth for everybody? It seems to be a little bit laggy here right on my screen. The topic today was just how you can quickly access articles or categories or other elements in your Joomla site through the menu links. Okay, you guys saying it's all fine, good. And then right now we've just been talking about just hanging out and doing different things here. Let's see. And I was just showing how on some sites like Pixabay and Chrome, I get weird language stuff showing up. So for instance, I get... Oh, here it's automatically changing. ZH, whatever that language is. But it gets converted over in many ways. Anyways, some of us have that same problem in Chrome, and we've adjusted the language, all kinds of stuff. It just doesn't seem to be a fix for it. And then the problem, what I was just talking about too is, so anything that we're doing in that's fun, if we start to do it as a job, we have to be careful that we don't have the need to make money rob us of the enjoyment of what we really like to do. Of course, there's other stuff that goes on inside our life anyways too. So maybe the whole dream of doing something that's fun for our work and making a living at it, it might actually be something inside of us looking for a level of satisfaction or completeness that is an itch that's not scratched by work. All right, so that's just, I see your comment there, Eric. That's it, Tom. So Tom's converting a WordPress site back to Joomla. I think Tom emailed me about this last week and just having a conversation. And that was a client that went to WordPress and suffered for their SEO and want it back. So I know years ago, and we're talking like, oh boy, 95, 96, I had a friend in Toronto, and there's these people that had a really nice homemade soap web page. You know, they were doing all right. They're getting good traffic. And then they asked him to make some changes. So he changed the site, and then they lost all of their search ranking. And that was really just accidental as much as anything back then in the mid-90s. And they were really upset because they weren't getting these leads anymore, from the traffic. And I think you remember him asking what I thought would happen if he switched them back to their old site, or if they made other changes, or what he could do. And back then, I'm sure there was people somewhere that knew how to get pages to rank, but it was so new. I mean, basically, you just needed to have a web page and it would rank. So hopefully they'll be flexible. Yeah, especially if you're going with if a client, they want a certain look, they like the look of their WordPress site. It's challenging. If you got a great thing to follow is right computer screen. Let's go to Twitter. Clients from Hell at Clients FH. And you'll see examples of things here. Someone says, "Can you?" People sharing things that they've run into with clients. Here and quotes. So here's one here. Can you send me that on a DVD? Well, it's 4.15 gigabyte file, so I'll have to use two of them. One DVD should hold 4.7 gigabytes. I think one will be enough. Are you listening to me? It is 4.15 gigabytes. 15 is more than 7, idiot. So, just interesting things like that. All right, Eric, that's good news that Pixabay is doing that to you too. Maybe it's something that they've done. It's something they're programming on their site. Good to know. So, Eric, you're having issues with your computer causing lags in videos across the board. Can't figure that out. So, is lag when you're playing? That is the issue. And are these videos that when you're watching YouTube videos, or is it videos off of your hard drive? Here's another. I'm sorry that date won't work. It's my country's Independence Day and it's a public holiday. Client, what? Independence Day is the 4th of July. You can't fool me. Me, I don't live in America. So? Client, we need you to develop the branding for our hardware. We've spent millions on it. Me, great, I'm in. Client, you have 2 days. Me, that's a lot of image files. Would you mind zipping them up before sending them to me? Client, sure. Then the client sends 125 individually zipped files. Let me post this on chat here. Hey, other big news here at CyberSalt World Headquarters. My fireplace is getting replaced tomorrow. It has not worked since probably mid-November, early November. And so I've been using a little cube heater to heat the room here. I turn it off for live streams because the fan is too loud. Well, I just don't want the fan droning in the background. It's not too loud. But it doesn't put out as much heat as our gas fireplace. Anyways, they said 2 weeks. Then they called and said, oh, it's going to be delayed 2 weeks. So then I called when it was the week that it was supposed to be ready, and it was still delayed at the factory, they said. So anyways, tomorrow, December 31st, get the fireplace back in, which will be nice because I just thought of it because I'm getting kind of cold. I'm getting kind of cold, well, partly because the door is open here. Step out of frame. There's that. Anyways, getting kind of cold, and with my when the fireplace is going, I can have the heat going and no fan running. But all right. So Eric, have you ever used Malwarebytes, the free version? That could that will find malware. Another one is CCleaner. Yeah, and look at your task manager. I have found too that if I leave my computer open for a long time with Chrome open and a lot of tabs, like if I go away with all these tabs and come back in a couple hours, things kind of slow. So sometimes I just close Chrome altogether. Let's go to Task Manager here. TASK. Yeah, so of course Task Manager will show you what is currently running and using up your CPU. And so right now on mine, we've got Streamlabs OBS. It's got 9 things happening here. I've got all these, whatever these different things are. Crash Handler, Process, OBS Browser Page. Yeah. But what I have found too is with Malwarebytes, it can be it can just be something that is really that has snuck on the computer that might be using it. Also, if you check services, you might take a gander and look at your services, what's running. Is there anything in here that you don't need? So for instance, like I have iTunes on my computer. I never use it, but so I have it set so that iTunes is never a service that starts up. Yeah, and clean the registry is good too, and I like CCleaner. CCleaner. This one here, and there's a free version. So you can get the free download. And what is nice on that, because it could be too, if you have a hard drive that's filling up, it could be that as well. So here's the CCleaner, Easy Clean, Analyze. Oh, some applications need to be closed before they can be analyzed. I'm going to skip analyzing Chrome. But this is really nice too because I especially like it for its Registry Cleaner. I have a friend who has a computer store, and he gets people bringing in their computers for virus removal and that. And And I told him about CCleaner years ago, and he says, I don't trust that. It's on most of the computers. It's on so many of the computers that I have to clean up. And I said, well, it could be though that people have installed it to try to fix the problem themselves. Here we go. We got 47 gigabytes of junk. That's a lot of space. Wonder what the junk is. Oh, recycle bin. 40. Yeah. So that's a cool little aspect. Yes, Chrome running several instances even after it's closed for a while, Eric says. Yeah, and in that case in Task Manager, you just want to right-click and force it to close the task. But the Registry Cleaner, I use this whenever I uninstall programs too. So we'll run this here. A lot of these things, if they're no longer being accessed or used, I don't think they slow down your computer running so much because those things aren't even there. See, these are all unused file extensions. Paths, like files that are, like for instance here, there's a application path to Dropbox installer, but I've deleted Dropbox installer, so it's no longer there. So I just fixed them. So not a lot here. Do I want to back up? No. So 124 things I fix all. They're all fixed right there. So when you first run that Registry Cleaner, you might have hundreds, but yes, in the Task Manager, find your processes for if Chrome is still running, and just right-click. Here, you got to get them to stay in place though. So filter by name, and you can just right-click and end task. I'm not going to do that because who knows what closed down. But yeah, see, I've got a lot of Chrome stuff happening there. And you know, there's nothing like a good old reboot of your computer too to really clear everything out as well. I've been noticing that if things are left run, if I leave the computer running for days and days and days, sometimes it just needs a reboot, just like we need a reboot to sleep. Yeah, I mentioned about file size here. How full your computer is. So here's my computer here. So for instance, I've got an E drive that I just used for data, 1.81 terabytes, 59 gigabytes free. That's pretty full. And then I have this. Now I don't know if if your computer is constantly writing to a full drive or a fullish drive, that can slow things down as well. Yeah, that's right. Startup tasks. Used to be msconfig would bring up the startup tab, but now you do it in Task Manager. These are things that get started. These are things that start every time you start your computer. And so for instance, you'll see here I have Windows security notification icon, my audio manager, OneDrive. This is some IP thing. I don't even know if I use it anymore. Skype, Google Chrome. Does Google Chrome need it to run at startup? Maybe not. Google Drive file and Dropbox. Now here's the things I turn off: Slack, Amersoft, I forget what that is, iCloud services, that doesn't start up automatically. So you can actually, you know, if you have a lot of stuff running in your little icon tray down here and you don't need it, then definitely go into startup and just don't load it at the beginning, and you'll have less stuff running constantly in the background. So that's another good thing to check out too. I've had clients' computers, people say, oh, my computer's so slow starting up. And every single thing, every greeting card program and every everything they've ever installed starts up at the beginning, which is really, developers are a little bit greedy in that way. It's like, oh, here's a product I want to always be running on the computer. I want to be able to send you updates on inkjet cartridges. So it's also the age of the computer as well. Eric, do you have an SSD drive in your computer? Yeah, it could be the hardware. That's just what it's going to ask. Because an SSD drive will really smarten up. An SSD drive will really smarten up a computer. If you don't, if you have a spinny drive, traditional spinning hard drive, then SSD drive will really, vacuum clean dust inside. Yeah, that could be it. If a computer's running too hot, that can slow it down. The other day, I was looking at my keyboard. I don't know why that made me do it, but I thought, I think it was Christmas Day. I had a couple things I needed to get done before the kids arrived here for our early Christmas. And they're getting there that day. And I looked at my keyboard and I noticed some dust. So I thought, I'm just going to shake this out. So I banged it out of my desk and oh my goodness, there was a lot of fluff and dust and hair and all kinds of stuff. So I actually banged it out and then vacuumed it out quite a bit and found that it typed a lot better afterwards too. So, but yeah, dust inside could do it. Remember the old days used to defrag a disk as well. That can help on a spinny disk, but you don't hear about that too much anymore being a thing. All right, so yeah, there's a bunch of things to try there. Power usage over here, very high, Streamlabs. And GPU, it's using a GPU engine. That's on the, that is on, GPU is video card, I believe. Has to do with video. Desktop, 3D, server runtime process, high. System and Chrome. Chrome has two things here that it's using. Video decode, yeah, and it's probably, I don't know if Chrome, I do have my video paused on YouTube here, but all right. Well, anything else that we can tackle? Anything else that we can look at? Otherwise, that'll wrap it up. Wrap it up for this year, this decade. Graphics processing unit. Yes, thank you, Vinny. GPU, graphics processing unit. I'll try to remember that. It's as usual, it's an acronym that makes sense. Yes, Chuck, Happy New Year's to you. Happy New Year's to all of you. Don't know what your plans are for New Year's. Our granddaughter, who is 5, is coming down today. Her parents are dropping her off, and her brother, they're going to have a date here in town, and they're picking up her brother, who is not even 2 yet, taking him, but she's coming for 2 sleepovers, so she'll be here New Year's Eve. So we're gonna be hanging out and having fun with her, and that's our plan for New Year's. Tom, Happy New Year to you too, and Ivor, Chuck, Vinny, Mary, Imran, Eric. Who else have we had in here? And Breadsy. That's right, I knew there was one. It's been quiet and lurking for a while. Well, everybody, thank you for a great year. Things have 1,605 subscribers on the channel now. Watch time is up, but even beyond just the benefits for how my YouTube channel is going, I've really enjoyed the many things that we've learned together in this past year of live streaming, of being live together in chat, laughs, help with problems. Always appreciate people who just accept me the way that I am, so who will come on and watch me struggle through things, or we struggle through things together. And so I'm excited for the coming year. We'll talk about that on Wednesday, some of the plans, and excited too. Some of the custom fields content that's being added towards the end of the year is being helpful for people. And just the fact that I'll be starting the new year knowing as much as I do now. I mean, what I started 2019 with, knowing about custom fields and template overrides, was like a mouse fart of information. And now, compared to what we've learned together and what's being shown by people who've come on and what you guys have shared, now it's like an elephant burp. I don't know. I went down a bad road with mouse fart anyways. But anyways, it's really cool. And I'm excited that Joomla 4, this could be the year, 2020. I think it's I'm excited about it. So we will learn more about that. So yeah, everybody, we'll see you next year, Lord willing, on the live stream here. And until the next time, everybody, enjoy your Joomla